Good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday today. Welcome to Nadlan, broadcasting to you from the East Coast of New York, giving you daily updates from real estate entrepreneurs so you can become one yourself. And today we have post number 3 from our interpreter of the week, Saar Litmanovich, about motivation for success, self-discipline, and self-love. So who are we? Nadlan is providing real estate courses, mentoring, financing, deal analysis, and great deal offerings. If you like our content, please give us a thumbs up, register to our channel, and hit the notification button so you can get an alert when we publish new content. It will also make sure that you get notified about every new video that we post and will also help others find that content on YouTube. You're also welcome to find us on Facebook, social networks, and on our website, forumrealestateusa.com. Okay, so let's get to it. All right, guys, post number 3. Okay, and today we have, so hello. Today I would love to invite you and to look at the sources that propel us forward. Recently, a tribal bonfire was held in the community on the subject of passion in face of target intrusions. While they can be viewed as similar issues and both are expressed in the context of motivation, professionalism, relationships, take your pick. As some of you may have noticed, I have no separation between different areas of life. Our habits and way of thinking is part of us and is reflected in all areas of our lives. I at least came to the conclusion that passion stems mainly from emotion, while goal permeability stems mainly from, let's call it, as fusion in the brain and something that happens as part of a logical process. Imagine for a second you were transposed into the karmic-driven world of hell. And what comes to mind when you say about someone who is purposeful? What makes you feel stronger? Who comes to mind? For me, at least, emotions is a powerful tool, since emotion, on the one hand, can make us run forward with all of our might, but emotion can also depress us and plunge us into the deepest abysses. Purpose penetration, this is a logical matter, meaning it is under our relatively more hermetic control, or at least this feature can be trained in us to function as such. So what are the sticks for me? To approach our emotions, to understand that emotions exist and that it is a wonderful thing, but also understand that emotions are not root causes, but nothing more than a symptom floating on the surface because of something internal. If we feel things, we will ask ourselves, why do I feel the way I feel? And we will repeat the question usually in the region of 7 times until we really get to the root cause. Am I okay with the root cause? Am I okay with how the root cause makes me feel? If the answer is yes, then strawberries. If not, what am I required to do in order to feel whole and good with myself? And yes, it is always in front of yourself. The doing and responsibility for change, as stated, is always in our hands and not in the hands of anyone else. Real test cases I had. If I feel stressed and nervous, why do I feel that way? Why? Because I have the conversation tomorrow with Mr. Guy that I made an appointment with on a particular topic. Why does it make me feel stress? Because you have to do A, B, C. Is this what makes you feel stressed? No. So what is? Maybe it's that meeting feels stuck in the middle of the day and ruins my routine schedule. And I'm usually a person of routine. Maybe it's because working with the guy always feels like a waste of time. Maybe it's because the topic of conversation is not really important and it feels like a waste inside. Time, you understood the passage. Each of these root causes has a different correction path. The path of correction can be prevention, neutralization of a situation we understood that causes us loss and energetic leakage. I do not have the fun with this guy discussion serves a very unimportant and prioritized purpose and feels like a complete waste of time. So I will cancel the meeting with a satisfactory logical reasoning. The path of correction can be a change of perception. I'm stressed because I feel this guy is a few levels above me and that it's important for me to prove to myself that I can meet the standards of what he expects. And that requires me to raise standards for myself. And I'm afraid of it. And maybe I will succeed. In this case, I easily replace the word scared with the word excited. The same feeling in the body, but just a completely different connotation. Try it, it's really fun. Routing emotions to the always positive place. But as old, I do not always feel happy or excited. So great, this is not the intention. The intention is to concentrate on things that are positive. Be grateful for what we have in life and also what is not, past, present, and future. Concentrate on our big goals that makes us excited about approaching action, but really connect and allow ourselves to feel. Imagine where you are in another 5 years, what your dreams are, and what your day looks like, what you wear, who you spend time with, what you do, and how you feel at each stage. If you imagine it, you felt it, now you also know exactly what you want. And you will also connect to the ground and go out into the world with the goal of fulfilling this day. A person without a goal, a dream, a vision is like a ship just drifting in the sea. Life happens next to him and he is not a part of them. So how will he never get to a safe harbor if he does not know where he wants to go? And also sometimes get excited, smile, and rejoice in a fake way. That I will tell you a secret. Our brain does not differentiate between external spontaneous cases and internal factors. Smile in front of the mirror in the morning. Tell yourself what you would like deep down that the people you want to be proud of will tell you. Now smile and tell it to yourself. You deserve to feel good about yourself. A change of perception that we talked about earlier. Always look for what is positive and what can be for the better from any given situation. And just in the long run, just believe that everything is for the better. Believe me, it's fun. Motivation as a byproduct of action and not as a source of. Instead of motivation, the source to start doing things, we will move it to the end of the process and consciously make it byproduct of our doing. Think of the term blissful dissatisfaction, meaning like the first bite in a dish that you really like or the first note in an amazing song. The same bite will make us enjoy, but the same bite will also lead us to move forward to experience it more and more. In order to produce action, we do not rely on incremental motivation. We rely on self-discipline. Motivation can one day be in heaven, but the next deep in the earth. And no, we do not always control it, which is fine. Does it matter to any of our local staff that we are not in the mood to respond and function? Is that what they deserve? The world continues to revolve whether we are happy or not. Self-discipline. Self-discipline exists if we decide it exists. Imagine if you had stronger self-discipline than now, what amazing things do you know deep down you could have achieved? This is a muscle for all intents and purposes. At first, beginners are weak and not easy, and you have to invest and train this muscle over time until you reach high abilities in the field. Start with something small a day. Be able to be careful over time. raise difficulty, and repeat. Self discipline equals self love because of all of the things it allows us to do so. A person with self discipline is a person who will never be biased and will never be controlled by others. A person with self discipline is unstoppable because no matter how much fun the same situation, the person continues to progress. This is what we do when we are not motivated to determine our success or failure. A quote by Ed Milet, sponsored by the label. How do we feed ourselves with the goal? Because what happens when we are without a goal? To develop and maintain self discipline equals self love. Go back to section number 2. Imagine and feel the dream. Feel what a perfect day looks like in your life and come connect your feet to the ground and walk. Something that concerns everything is usually a division into smaller tasks. Usually we get more excited or we feel a greater load when we think of something as big as comprehensive picture. Starting a real estate business in the US is pretty explosive. Where do you start? What is important? What does not matter? No need to invent the wheel, one step at a time. Want to develop self-discipline? Start with something small and preserve it with it for a day, after which it will become 2, 3, and so on and so forth. Want to build a healthier body? Commit to 10 minutes a day of any movement, and it seems to me you understand. On how to succeed is doing, how to produce lasting change, and more, we will see in the following posts. If you have come here, then you are already champion and have proven to yourself that you can. Health, joy, and success for the most part. P.S. I'm curious to ask you, what motivates you to do and how do you preserve it over time? Please comment down below. I would love to hear that. Credit to the pair of labels that inspirational quotes. All right, so the first quote is, it's what you do when you aren't motivated that determines success or failure. Admire it. The man that masters himself through self-discipline can never be mastered by others. And the last one, self-discipline, definition, the ability to make yourself do what you should do when you should do it, whether you feel like it or not. All right, so this was a great post today from Saar Litmanovich, and we will be with you tomorrow with the next post.